First of all, I'd like to say thanks to Coach Coker for putting this together and getting a little publicity out for basketball in DeKalb County.
Coach, talk about the team you have coming back this year, and what you like about the team and what you're concerned about it. Obviously I know you probably have a lot playing football at this point still, but just tell us a little bit about the team you have coming back this year.
Well, one thing about this team that's coming this time, we've got 4 players back that have been with me since the 7th grade, and a good nucleus. Ben and Tristan, Mason Gregory, Albert Jenkins, several years of varsity experience. I hope that translates into a good year. My biggest concern right now is depth. We've probably got maybe 8 players on the varsity. Looking maybe to pull up maybe one more young player. Just have to wait and see.
Of the 8 on the varsity, how many play football?
Well, put it in this term, I've got 2 varsity basketball players that have been with me.
Okay.
So
Obviously, it's been a fun year for the football team. It's been kind of a magical year for the football team. Obviously, still got some ways to go in the playoffs, hopefully. But are you kind of hoping? Coach Timore from Collinsville, he spoke about winning, breeding, winning. Are you hoping that kind of helps? Is the same thing for you guys too? That the momentum from football will carry over to the basketball court?
Oh, well, definitely. I've been a part of several teams at Valleyhead and Pisgah. When we had success in football, it seems to breed success in basketball, baseball. Coach Vest talked about earlier, the community seems to get behind you, and it just works out well.
Talk about the style of play we should expect from your team this winter.
A lot of it will depend on matchups. I think basketball, without a doubt, is the biggest sport of matchups. If we need to go slow down, we can run slow down. If we need to speed it up, we can speed it up. If we need to play man, zone, junk defense, we're going to be multiple in our approach. I don't think we would be characterized by one style. We're just going to do what we need to do to be as successful as we can.
Talk about a little bit about your area, the teams in your area, and what you expect out of the area this year.
We were talking about it on the way down. Our area, I think, will be very balanced. Skyline last year makes it to Jacksonville. I think they lose 9 out of their top 11 players. But Skyline's going to be Skyline. Coach McCarver's a great coach. He'll have his team ready to play. Woodville's going to play hard. Coach Harding always has his teams well prepared. And then the 2 wild cards, I think, are without a doubt Paint Rock Valley. They'll be very young, but they have 2 9th graders that can just flat out score. And Whitesburg the same way. They've got 2 kids. One of them's a Corbin kid, be a sophomore, and then their point guard last year averaged about 25 points a game. So it's going to be a well balanced area.
Okay, let me throw a question over here at Ben. Ben, just talk about, like we said, you'll have a lot of success on the football field this fall. Can that carry over to basketball? Obviously, I know it's comparing apples to oranges, but can that success, can that momentum, can that carry over to basketball? Maybe be a positive for the attitude for the basketball team.
I think absolutely, and having more players on the football team that play basketball, I think, help a lot because winning kind of becomes a habit, and you kind of hate to lose more than you like to win, and so I think that'll help a lot.
Talk about that transition conditioning-wise from football to basketball. Obviously, different types of conditioning. How difficult is that?
I think if anything, it helps me because in football, we a lot of us play both sides of the ball, and so I think anything it helps. So.
Okay. Tristan, let me ask you, just have you all talked about what you all want to accomplish this year, what your goals are for this year on the basketball court?
Well, we just want to have a good year, probably win the DeKalb County tournament, make it Jacksonville.
What do y'all have to do to accomplish your goals? Is there any 1, 2, or 3 keys for you guys to making sure the season turns out like you want it to turn out?
Just play good basketball.
Coach, I'm curious. Say there's 7 seconds left on the clock. Who's getting the ball?
whoever's hot that night. I mean, I seriously think that. I mean, you know, I don't believe we have any one go-to guy. Just for example, the two guys I've got up here right now, you know, first game of the year last year, first couple of games, he hits 4 or 5 threes each game, scores 20, 22. A couple of weeks later, this kid right here in the tournament, Susan Moore, scores 28 and grabs 23 rebounds. You know, it's whoever's hot for you that night, you know. And it may be the kid that, you know, nobody in the crowd expects. So just whatever the condition mounts, you know, we'll go with it.
In your style of play this year, is it full court press? I know you're limited numbers, so what's the system?
Like I said earlier, I think we do what we need to do against different teams. Can we press full court, you know, 32 minutes a night? No way, not with the limited numbers. Can we press in situations? Sure. Can we have court trap? Yes. You know, can we play zone, man, whatever we need to do? You know, just whatever we need to do to put ourselves in the best position to win is what we're going to do.
And do you have anybody this year that last year you were waiting for them to take the next step that never did? Are you expecting that of anyone this year?
Not any one person. I expect everybody to elevate their play just because they're a year older, a year more experienced. And like I said, the guys that I'll put, you know, 4 of them I'll put on the court have at least 2 years experience of varsity ball. So I just expect everybody just to play a little bit more mature.
And for the players, same question. 7 seconds left. Which one do you want the ball?
I think all of us want the ball, really. We all want it in our hands. You know, if you ain't got the ball, you can't do nothing about it. So I think if it's up to me, you know, I want the ball, of course. So.
You guys trust each other as a team?
Of course, yes. We've played together long enough to where we kind of know what each other's going to do and trust it when it's in somebody else's hands.
You know, we've been all around the county this year, and when we came to Valley Head to coach football, first game was Jacksonville Christian. There was a different feel there than there was anywhere else. It was almost like, well, you guys had each other's back, maybe a little more than anywhere we'd ever seen as far as this year goes. Is that a football thing? Is that a Valley Head thing?
I think it goes along with playing with each other for a long time. A lot of fun on the football team. Have all played together, you know, since we were in about the 9th grade, and I think a lot of that goes along with this too. And a lot of us played together for a long time. So as far as that goes, I think you build stronger bonds with each other and have each other's back more.
So either of you got a prediction for wins this year in game number?
I'll take as many as we can get.
Question for Ben. You know, like Jordan was saying, we covered you guys a few times on the football field this year. And you guys have got playoffs coming up, and obviously big implications there. With you being a leader on the football team, how does that translate? Because I mean, you're going to be overlapping, you're going to be double dipping, kind of as it seems. So, is it harder to keep that mentality through the playoffs in football, and is it hard to keep it in check for the basketball program?
Well, I think that my wanting to win doesn't change as far as the sports goes, and as far as leading, I think is whatever coach asks me to do, whatever I can do to help the team win, whatever I can do. You know, as far as if it's passing it to somebody without shooting, if I don't score any points, as my dad always told me, there's only one stat that matters, and that's the end of the game, score.